America because, baby, we are living all types of fucking wrong. Like, you mean to tell me I got to go to work 40, sometimes 50 hours a week only to get 2 weeks of paid vacation while the rest of the world gets fucking 5? Peasants used to get 154 days off. I'm not even treated like a fucking peasant anymore. I got to drive an hour to work and back if I'm lucky. If I pay to fucking commute, I'm paying for a train or a bus or an Uber fucking ride. And if I'm not doing that, then I'm paying for fucking tolls on fucking roads that my tax dollars already pay to build and fucking maintain. I got to pay to get a fucking driver's license or a license plate for the fucking driving on the roads that my tax dollars again paid to build and fucking maintain. Then I need an oil change, a tire rotation. Pads are fucking $1,000 per axle on a base model Kia Optima, bitch, since fucking when. You narrowly avoid all that shit by the skin of your fucking teeth. You still gotta afford groceries. You gotta restock the house with toiletries, cleaning supplies. You gotta redecorate every 5 years because whatever the fuck you had done, guess what? It's out of style. And here's an algorithm that's gonna program you into over fucking consumption. You don't have enough eat, pray, love candles in your fucking house. More fucking stickers, taxes, tolls, tickets, and then the fucking kids need fucking photographs. You gotta pay fucking $40 so it can go into a fucking pedophile database. You gotta buy them a new outfit. You gotta buy them Neatos because the algorithm is working double time on their overconsumption just as well as it fucking is yours. Now I gotta drive around in different Five Belows after I work fucking 50, 60 hours a week commuting and paying tolls, paying fees through the fucking nose. I turn around and pay my light bill, my water bill, my electric bill, my Comcast, you fucking name it. They want to charge me a fee to pay them the fucking money that I owe them, bitch. You can't even waive a $5 fee for me to fucking pay you. I gotta sit on fucking the phone for 6 minutes arguing with AI just to get a fucking human being on the phone and tell me why I'm paying to fucking pay them. Shit's fucking bullshit, bro. I gotta pay property tax, income tax, social security. I gotta pay a fucking sales tax. Also that my fucking pedophile of a Satan worshiping, baby eating president can blow up fucking children halfway across the world and stop resources. We got a looming energy crisis. We have a fucking food shortage affecting the entire fucking globe. My tax dollars don't go to fucking healthcare. They give me just enough healthcare to keep me alive long enough to fucking work, but you know, like sick enough so that I'll die before they actually have to pay me fucking social security. They feed me fucking poison. I'm too fucking tired to cook anyways, and if I could, it wouldn't fucking matter. Because now it costs the same to buy groceries that it does to eat out every single fucking night, but at least I ain't gotta fucking cook. There's no health benefits to cooking your own food unless you growing that shit, and even if you growing that shit, you still got chemtrails and other pollutants in your fucking environment. You can't win for fucking winning. And then you gotta fucking take Ozempic and go to the gym 5 days a week, 2 to 3 hours a day, just to maintain an overweight fucking BMI, just to be overweight by definition of the rest of the fucking world. I literally can't take this shit. I gotta take vitamins and supplements and peptides just to have enough energy to commute an hour to work and work 50 fucking hours a week to get shitty fucking healthcare. I'm fucking spent. Then I gotta have a hunt, grow, build, fish. All of that shit costs to do on my own motherfucking land that I'm already fucking paying property taxes on. It's fees on top of fees on top of fees. They charging fees for fucking fees now. They just making shit up at this point. And I swear to God, I can't tell up from left, down from right. I can't fucking do this shit anymore. And all while this shit is happening, they're fucking constantly attacking your psychological, and even the most strongest person falls victim to the fucking propaganda. They're telling women that being a woman is standing 10 toes down and looking like a Kardashian and being independent and not needing a man. That's what it means to be a woman nowadays. And what does it mean to be a man? It means you fuck a bunch of different bitches and you fucking hate women. All of that shit just attacking love and the central nuclear home in the United States of America so they can have access to turn our children into their fucking slave force. So that they can make our fucking children so miserable they're willing to go and fight off from war. And if they're not doing that, then they're raping and eating them at fucking Epstein Island. Every time I turn around, they're either charging me or attacking me or finding new and creative ways to fucking poison me and kill me and squeeze me for every motherfucking dollar I got, and I can't take it. And then the whole entire fucking world hates you for what your government has done to you, and you're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Y'all just kicking me when I'm fucking down. I can't go anywhere because they fucking hate us, and even if they didn't fucking hate us, I don't have the fucking money to go there. And if I did have the money and they didn't fucking hate us, I don't have the fucking creative know-how to fucking get there because my government filters me from accessing any legitimate fucking exit plan. And even if I could, ICE is now in the fucking airports. TSA has been defunded. It's a fucking bitch to travel. And next they're going to be closing borders so they can build concentration camps with my tax dollars while a ruling class of Satan-worshipping, baby-eating pedophiles comes for my fucking kids every way, shape, or form. Bitch. Taxes, fees, taxes, tolls, taxes, check engine light, taxes, tickets, taxes, pedophiles, taxes. Bitch, I'm done.
but
rainstorms and thunderstorms are completely different. If it's thundering, lightning, stay inside.
I just got that on record!
I'd probably be the same. That was close. Oh, put the horses in.
Oh, that was bad.
How close have you been to a lightning strike? Next.
That I'm about to tell you is a conspiracy. It is not the truth. It is just a thought. All right, look at this mascara. When I drop it, the textbook tells you it's gravity. Gravity pulled it down. But I asked a physicist how mass pulls mass without touching it. And they'll give you a math equation, not an answer. But the truth is, this mascara isn't being pulled, it's being steered. The Earth's surface is a constant negative charge. The upper atmosphere is positive. Between the ground and the sky, there's literally an electric field. It's about 150 volts for every meter you move.
And if you think about it, she's not wrong. Lightning, for example, like we just saw, actually goes from ground to sky. It's a connecting circuit. See?
Move up. We aren't living on a rock. We're living inside a giant capacitor. The mascara falls because it's seeking ground. It's seeking the electrical equilibrium. If you change the charge of an object enough, gravity stops working. We've seen this in the labs for decades, but it would ruin the space narrative, so it stays off the news. Think about space. They say we have a pressurized atmosphere sitting right next to an infinite vacuum. Ask an engineer, what happens if we have high pressure tire and you poke a hole in it? The air doesn't stay inside because of gravity. It explodes outward to fill the void. To pressure, you must have a container. Container, no pressure. Which means we are in a closed system. Now connect the dots with me. In 1962, the height of the Cold War, the US government starts a project called Operation Dominic. In Latin words, that means of the Lord. And the specific series of high-altitude nukes they launched, they named it Operation Fishbowl. They weren't just testing weapons, they were tapping the glass. On July 9th, 1962, they launched a 1.4 megaton nuke called Starfish Prime. And when it went off 250 miles up, the explosion didn't look like a sphere. The plasma hit something. It flattened out and splashed like a ripple on a pond. They weren't fighting the Soviets, they were testing the structural integrity of the firmament. And this is why they stopped. This is why every major nation, countries that can't agree on a single border or trade deal, suddenly signed the Antarctic Treaty at the exact same.
And the Antarctic Treaty is the only unbroken treaty among all nations. Really? All of their space programs work together. Perfectly fine. Without a hitch. I mean, come on. It's time to wake up.
Time. Why is Antarctica the only place on Earth we aren't allowed to explore? Because that is the parameter. That's where the glass of the fishbowl meets the floor. They don't want you down there because if you keep going, you don't find more ice. You find the wall. You find the end of the container.
Here's something else. Some who believe you find the wall. However, there's evidence that shows you find more land. We don't know the dimensions of the firmament, so I do believe that could be possible.
Oh, we've got your ass. We've got your ass now. So it turns out If you travel past Antarctica, there's more land. The reason why they want you to believe that you live on a globe, because if the world was round, that would mean if you travel in one direction, you'd come back on yourself. But if the world was flat, that's a whole different story. You see, you can travel anywhere in the world. Anywhere. No matter how far you travel, you will never come back on yourself. Never. If you look into the center of this map, you'll see the continents we know. Africa, Europe, America, so on. And you see that ring of ice? That's Antarctica, so they say. But if you travel past that ring of ice, there's more land, and they got the maps to prove it.
And you might ask yourself why we don't expand out into those other lands. And I would say to you, who says we haven't? Only select people. Or who says we haven't tried? But those lands are inhabited. And the fuel costs and the technology don't allow us to make those journeys there and back efficiently. So what would you have to do? You would have to set up Antarctic stations, keep people out. I mean, I'm not saying any of this is true, but I'm just, brainstorming. If it is an endpoint, I can believe that too. As far as the other lands theory, we'll get to it.
Realized that the fishbowl was real and indestructible. They realized that they couldn't get you out, so what did they do? They built a fake exit. They turned the firmament into outer space and told you that you were a speck of dust in a vacuum. Instead of the truth, you are in a protected, pressurized, electrical masterpiece that the Lord has created for us. Call it gravity, so you...
Oh, and the other thing, going back to gravity, I've always had the sense that whenever they say, oh, science can't describe gravity, my description for gravity is actually in 3 parts, and it's density, mass, and electromagnetism. That combination of things is what we call gravity. And it's the electromagnetism, whether positive or negative, which determines, along with your mass and density, whether you can stay up in the air or you stay on the ground.
don't look for the power. They call it space, so you don't look for the wall. They keep you away from the edge, so you never realize that you are in a cage.
Bon, certains disent que les reptiliens seraient les anges déchus du livre d'Enoch et qui seraient au gouvernement. Regardez ces images et dites-moi ce que vous en pensez. Non, franchement, regardez, c'est bien plus qu'un bug technique, quoi.
There's a lot of warping and blurring in that crowd.
Bon alors, pour info, le livre d'Enoch est un ancien récit qui parle de la chute des anges rebelles, appelés les veilleurs. Descendus sur Terre, ils auraient transmis aux humains des savoirs interdits comme l'art de la guerre, la magie ou l'astronomie. De leur union seraient nés les Néphilim, des géants qui ont bouleversé l'équilibre du monde. Longtemps écarté des écrits officiels, ce texte compte...
It's like that one's interesting. It's like the filters used to disguise their faces as human, because there are videos where the filter fails. We'll get to that. But it can't keep up with an entire crowd. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Continue d'inspirer les mythes modernes sur des êtres puissants cachés parmi nous. Avouez qu'on dirait qu'on est en plein dedans, non ?
I want you to notice the fact that this face is duplicated. This is an artifact. All these faces are different. Look at that. These two sitting next to each other. Same species, same look. That's what makes it interesting. It's easy to dismiss on a glance. These are just artifacts, whatever. That was a glitch. It's like a lot of the old videos where the filter fails long before they gave filters to the public. by the way. Those of you who have been looking into this stuff for a very long time, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm talking to you. The videos when the filter fails, it only fails on the individual. There could be 5 people standing in the frame, but the one is glitching out. That's how you know what you're looking at. Otherwise, they all would be glitching out. The entire picture would be glitching out if there was a glitch. But it's only the one that has the filter. See, look at how many normal faces there are, and then you see this. Whew, that was something. Next.
1, 2, do it. What the what? No. Trigger, where are you going? Wait, Trigger, are you joking right now? No, are you joking right now? How are you doing that with your eyes? Your eyes. 1, 2, do it.
I truly believe the music business is run by reptilians.
You know what's funny? I've heard that story at least 3 other times from different people in the industry,
Really?
Whether it be movies or music or whatever. They'll be sleeping to their significant other and their face will change, like their eyes or their face will like blip for a minute. Even Britney Spears, she said she's seen reptilians in the industry. There's so much evidence. Now what we're seeing in the government, they're getting ready for disclosure. They're talking about, you know, aliens and interdimensional beings at congressional hearings.
Right.
So I feel like they're drip feeding information to us.
And we're seeing meteors. You see all these meteors just coming out of nowhere now.
Yeah.
So they're, I don't know.
And then
So-
the government just got a domain, aliens.gov. I think they're going to use that to do a dump, like how the Epstein files, hey, just do a deep dive. Here's all the files.
It's funny, they want to do all of this when we're talking about the Epstein files. And it's just like, we got war.
Yeah,
now we got Star Wars.
Yeah. I think they've already been in touch with these beings, and I think that the people that we see in places of power, government, entertainment industry, the financial system, some of these people aren't what they appear to be.
They live.
A lot of this is happening so fast because they know their time is short. Judgment is coming. Judgment from the Most High, Yahweh. All right? King of Kings and Lord of Lords is his son, his only begotten son, Jesus Christ. And they know this. If you don't know this, that's exactly what they want. That's exactly what they're banking on. But they know it, and they're 100% against it. They're against it with every fiber of their being and every resource they claim. They're against it. If you haven't concerned yourself with these things, I don't know what it would take to wake you up. But they know all of this is 100% real. They're preparing for it. They're trying to hide from it with bunkers, and they're trying to fight against it with technology. And they're trying to follow an agenda that they believe will make them gods. But they are also deceived. As they try to deceive us, they themselves are also deceived, unfortunately.
It's always in the movies.
Well, yeah, they live. I mean, that movie was amazing. Movie.
Changed my life.
I've got one that can see.
Yeah, that movie tells it all. You know, Peter Thiel, right? So his name is an anagram. If you mix it, it's the reptile.
Oh no. Predictive
Can't make this shit
programming,
up. Yeah.
I see.
So I'm
Tom Riddle.
Thinking that these people that are in charge, like Sam Altman and all these other people in tech,
Elon Musk?
He's alien for sure.
Honestly.
Honestly. That when he was at the White House, you're a little.
he's just a weirdo.
Zuckerberg.
But again, I think they're in the music industry too. And I think
We'll see something with Zuckerberg later too.
a lot of these record executives aren't human. I think a lot of these people that we're seeing that are in the positions of power, they come out of nowhere, they're at the top.
It's too many stories. Like, we keep hearing stories. Different people from different sides of the industry are all giving similar testimonies.
Is Nicole a reptilian?
Are reptilians actually responsible for how the world is right now?
People will say, like, I don't understand why humans would create life for themselves this way. Like, why would humans want to live this way? And it's like, they don't, and they didn't. It was a predator race of beings, draconian reptilians to be precise. Bitch, I'm fucking reptilian. And archons, which you might call demons, and the demiurge, or Yaldabaoth, which you might call the devil.
We're very discreet, reptilian, cold-blooded.
What does she mean by that?
They set this all up for us. That humans would create this life of suffering for themselves? This world is not run by humans. At least not right now. At least not yet. It's run by these reptilian beings and these archon.
Right.
And this demiurge and ancient AI. That's right. AI isn't new. It's just newly being shown to us. They've been using it for forever. So,
If you start really thinking about what she's saying, it kind of makes sense. Like, it doesn't really seem that crazy. What really got me was when she said, why would humans create a world of suffering? Because humans aren't the ones in charge. Stay weird.
What if you had the internet in ancient Egypt? Day 1, you arrive at the construction of the Great Pyramid. You show a worker a time-lapse of a modern skyscraper being built in a year. His mind is so shattered by this witchcraft that he drops to his knees and worships the glowing rectangle. Day 2, you show the pharaoh a 3D tour on Google Earth. He is so amazed by your magic map of the world that he immediately promotes you to chief sorcerer and blesses you with royal bling. Day 3, you show the queen a compilation of funny cat videos on TikTok. Since Egyptians literally worship cats, she finds a feline falling off a couch to be the highest form of holy comedy. Day 4, word has spread. You are now fully decked out in royal gold. You hold up your device and the masses bow before you. Day 5, the battery has died. You absolutely panic. The high priest calmly takes the dead iPhone from your hands. He wraps it entirely in linen bandages, covers it in sacred embalming oils, and places it in a tiny golden sarcophagus. He pats you on the shoulder and says, "Do not weep. In the afterlife, it will be at 100%.
And as I told you, we get to Britney and Zuckerberg and so much more. I'm a man of my word.
I'm a man of my word.
Ladies and gentlemen, the reptilians.
But it is going to bother you because you're human, and I was human. I am human, still.
Here I come.
Oh.
Here I come.
Oh. I was in bed with a woman, right? I'm lying on the pillow and I'm looking at her face, right? Her face turned into what I could only describe as a reptilian. My face went, oh my God. She looks at me and she says, I'm not reptilian. Boom!
I went with this one guy and he just he looked like a lizard. Like, I was so scared. Lizard. He looked with this one guy and he looked like a lizard. Like, I was so scared. I kept saying this, I turned around, I was like, oh my God. I was like, holy shit, he looks just like a lizard, and I had to go.
Honestly, I hadn't really thought of the complexities of disclosure, and I was like, yeah, cool, you know, and he's talking about that, and then he goes, yeah, and they're walking among us. And I said, what? And he goes, what do you mean? He goes, I mean exactly that. They're walking among us.
Toby's always scouting girls anywhere he goes. What's he doing? What the fuck? I should have watched the 20v1 video. I know. I watched the 20v1 video.
And still, yet another level down the rabbit hole. Fallen angels, clones, demonic possession, transferred consciousness, genetics. What's up? But it's time for you to start asking questions, because something is really weird about this. Ask questions. Next.
This one is a little bit crazy one.
That's why we're here.
So everything is upside down. That means the countries are not the countries they are telling us they are. If Israel is upside down, that means it's in the United States. Now we are getting the ballroom, which is being built. What if the ballroom is the third temple for the entertainment purposes only?
Interesting. Wow. That's an interesting take. Because why would it be done in a way for people to intervene or immediately notice? So why not actually build it somewhere else? Interesting. However, those of you that don't know scripture, you might be unclear on what demons are. So let's take a listen to this. This might clear it up for you. The difference between demons and fallen angels, because they're not the same thing.
It comes from the book of Enoch, right? Because when the giants destroy themselves in this fratricidal war, they're cursed. God puts a curse on them because they're not fully of their celestial fathers, the watchers, and they're not fully of their human mothers. So they're unsanctioned sentient beings, and so they're cursed. When they die and their spirits depart from their bodies, their spirits are now going to be forced to wander the earth as disembodied vagabond wraiths. But the curse is this: they're going to have all of the desires of the flesh. They're going to be hungry, thirsty, presumably have all of the sexual impulses of the flesh, but without corporeal bodies through which to satiate these desires, to satisfy them. That's the curse. And you'll probably recall that this was the Mayan curse in the Curse of the Mayan Gold in Pirates of the Caribbean. Remember?
Yeah.
That's the Nephilimic curse in the Pirates of the Caribbean. Barbossa and his crew were deathless, basically. They couldn't die, but neither could they enjoy anything while they were alive perpetually. And remember, Barbossa wanted to bite into the apple, and it was revealed, I forget in the story, I think on a full moon or whatever, that they were like these wraiths, and they couldn't enjoy anything. And so they desperately wanted to break the curse. That was the premise of the story. And that's exactly the situation of the spirits of dead giants. And this is where you get the origin of demons in the New Testament and in the Old Testament. Demons, according to ancient Hebrew cosmology, are the disembodied spirits of dead giants that persist in the world. Really? Evil spirits.
That's like
the definition.
That's the definition.
Wow.
And in the book of Enoch, the judgment that comes against the giants is you will be called evil spirits in the earth, or unclean spirits in the earth, and you will wander the earth. You'll have all of you'll be hungry, you'll be thirsty, but you won't be able to satisfy the desires of your flesh because you won't have any flesh. And so what do these beings do? What do these disembodied spirits do? They seek to inhabit human flesh. They possess human beings in order to attempt to satiate these desires. That's why they inhabit the body. So fast forward to the New Testament, and you have Jesus of Nazareth and his disciples encountering people who are demon possessed, and they recognize who he is. And he tells them to be quiet in a couple of occasions because they say, "We know who you are, you Son of God." Right? And so now fast forwarding to the Gadarene demoniac who's inhabited by a legion of demons. Oh, and I actually skipped the most imperative point here. Going back to the book of Enoch, part of the curse was this was going to be your lot. This was going to be your curse to the spirits of the dead giants until the great judge appears to judge the living and the dead, until the day of judgment.
Right.
And then they will be judged with finality and cast into the lake of fire.
That's why when Jesus encountered Legion, they were afraid inside this man and asked if he had come to judge them before their time. No one knows the day or the hour but the Father. He knows the appointed date and time for when all of this is finished. Just like Jesus tells us the signs of the times, they know the signs of the time too. All of creation knows. So they knew it wasn't time yet, even though they were seeing him right in front of them. And I'm sure they also knew of others that had been cast out. Stay on guard. Jesus, Yeshua, is the way, the truth, and the life. No man gets to the Father except through him.
And so the legion of demons recognizes that Jesus is the great judge from the oracles of Enoch. And as I said before, knows that the time is not yet come for their final judgment. That comes directly from the book of Enoch. So it's just another illustration of how the themes, the Enochic traditions and themes are woven through the Old and New Testament.
Well, I didn't know this was going to take so long. I didn't realize I had so much footage. So this is a good ending point for this episode. And just like last episode, there's going to be a part 2 coming. So stay tuned. That'll be next week. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you for those that are watching. Thank you for the few of you that comment. Thank you for everyone who's put a like on any of my videos. This helps. Please share this with people, and please engage in the comments. Let's build a little community here. I hope this has been entertaining. I'm trying to do better every video, and if you go back through my videos, you'll see they've progressively gotten better. I'm trying to do my best for y'all. As always, all praise and honor goes to the Father, and my King, Lord, and Savior, his only begotten Son, Yeshua. God bless you all. And please,
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.